Hello and welcome to Trains in Viatic. Today we are down on my workbench working on Thumper Lane, so let's go and start for titles, then I can show you what I've got planned today. So today we got a few little jobs to get done. First of all, I bought this back scene so we can have a look at that and then put it around this. Then we got these frog switches which will sort out for frog polarity. And then I got for just plugs lights to add to this little scene. So we'll start off with the back scene and then work from there. Before I go too far, I just want to apologise for any background sounds. Someone around us are getting some building works done, and so they're needing to use a few power tools, but I don't mind. So let's start off with unboxing for back scene. This is going to be much longer than I need. It's a Gauge Master product. As we all know, I like Gauge Master products. And it's a pack of 3 different back scenes. I might need to use 2 to go around here, but I think I'll just need 1. Now I will actually need to use 2. I think that this will look quite nice. It's a bit taller than for layout, but let's go and get this bit installed. So I'll have a few bits to do to prep for layout first. First bit is to move all the loose bits from it. Have that going and delete itself down. So that's actually just got those little bits to take off. So this will go like that. I need to take into account for the level of this bit. So what I'm going to do is get my long tape measure and see what the distance is to the corner, and that is 29 centimeters. Then I got a new toy. This guillotine, which have a nice bit which allow me to score things. So I picked this up from Hobbycraft. It's that make, and you'll find it on the Hobbycraft website. So I'm going to shop the blade to the scoring blade, which is just a wheel. And then go and get the back scene I decided to use. Measure 29 centimeters wherever I stuck my ruler. That's where I stuck my ruler. I can then just go mark along the sides where I need to cut. So if I go and grab my knife, which is my normal knife that I always use, get that in the corner and then just cut above the wall. So I'll come back to you in a moment once I've got this cut, and then we can glue it. I've now cut everything, so I've got this piece and this piece. The next job is to glue it, and I'm going to be using my favourite Everbuild Stick to All-Purpose Clear Adhesive. I'm going to be running a few lines along and spread it out and then place these on top. Reason I'm using this is A, I don't have any spray adhesive, and B, this have quite quick setting times. So whereabouts these have been curled up, it means that they will be able to set quite quickly. So just get the tube and run for a line of it along. Something else I have done is I've actually marked where about the two sides are going to meet, which is along there somewhere. So you can see it's starting to go everywhere now, so I'll give it a quick spread with this cut off wood. And I can see I need a little bit more along the top, but it's looking pretty good. So if I put a nice line along the top, I'm working on one side at a time, otherwise I'll end up with a bigger disaster than I'm going to end up with. And you can see it's already going tacky. So if I go and offer it up, and you can see it's sticking straight away. So now I've got that side done, I'll carry along and show you it once it's done. So that's been glued. I will need to come back and put some sort of something just along the edge. And there is a cut up there where about I mismeasured. But with the building back in its place, it doesn't really stand out too badly. Plus I can always just cut a strip from what's meant to go there and just place it in there, which I think I will do. So next job will be to add the lights to this. I now have a back scene in place. My next job is to just trim it all down. So for me, the clamps I used, one thing with the method I have done is make sure to have your windows open. So I'm going to start off on this side. Just put the blade through. So that's now ready for my next job. Something I have decided is when I see the people who supplied this, I'm going to pick some more up just to go around that corner there. So now for the next job. So you'll remember this building. Let me angle you a bit down and zoom out a bit. So my first job with this is to get the lights from the Just Plug system, take the roof off this, and you can see there's two modules and nice holes. So I'll take the roof, get the lights, and then I'll put them in the middle of both of these. So each building will have its own light. For self-adhesive, so just take that off the back and place the light just there for that one, and do the same one for the other side. Just unwrapping that. Again, it's self-adhesive, and it's even quite easy to get off. I don't have much of fingernails at the moment because I catch them at work, so those go through there. I put these wires through these holes. And then I'll just need to drill a pair of holes underneath the building to tape them. So we got the Just Plug hub, and when it's in, it will be for first two connectors. So that one and that one, and this also means that it can be removed at a later date. On the back of a Just Plug hub, I'll put this adhesive strip, which will mean that it can be put underneath the layout. You also have the screw holes, but I won't be using them. So I think the next thing is see what the building looked like. I can brighten up both buildings. One can be well lit, while one can be quite dark. So you can see the two different light levels. So next job, actually, well, I have that there. I can stick that in front of there. Throw that over there. Throw that over there. Throw that over there. And then grab the lights. I've read the instructions and it's a drill a hole, feed the lights in, and then put it into this unit. So if I plug that in, that will be ready to use. Question I've been asked is this compatible with any other light system? And the answer is no, to my knowledge. There are resistors and things happening in here, but I haven't measured to see what the output is. So I wouldn't recommend mixing systems with this block but you're more than welcome to do to try it yourself, but I would advise against it. So let's go and have a look. Just place this roughly back where it lives, which is like that. So my next question is, where do I want to put the lights? So these are the lights in here. My thoughts are one in the car park like that. One outside the building there. Oh, I didn't notice that before. You even got the door for the electrics at the back. And one in that corner there. So what I now need to do is go and grab my drill, and then we can fix these. But before, as I need to go into the outfit for that, and I need to do some, I might as well do my soldering while I'm up there. So these are what I'm going to be using for the frog polarity on the switches. These are Gauge Master, what do they call them, Ultra Frogs. And the idea of these is quite simple. You've got a nice instruction there. I got a 3-pack, but I only need 2 out of them. So on the back, you've got 3 contacts. One of these will be your point blade, the other 2 will be left and right. So you put your, you got left rail and frog. So black on one side, blue on the other for my situation. Then the yellow one on there. And then this detect short circuit and switch. I believe, but I could be wrong, that it won't be compatible with old systems because of the fact it's relying on the short circuit. So I know that it should work with a Digitrack system. So I think what I need to do now is to go up into the attic, get 2 of these wired up, and bring down the drill. So I'll chat to you in a few minutes. For the holes, I've just got my pin vise out, put appropriate sized drill bits in, made sure to clear the light from the section, and then I just drill down. I've deliberately gone too small to start off with, as this will allow me to make it bigger as needed. And there we go. One wire in, push that down and put the second wire in. And then turn on power. As that now actually turn the light on. And There we go, that's the one light lit. So I can make it very bright or go quite dull. So like that, which look quite nice. So I'll do the other two off camera, and then I'll show you fitting the frog switches. So this is now the next day, and you can see the street lights are installed, and I have got the frogs wired up. You got, for my wiring system, black, blue and yellow, but you have left rail, right rail and frogs. Really easy to use to wire up. I got both wires coming to this here, and so that's ready to be installed. I also need to put 2 holes in there, and then once I've done that, I need to put this on its side and just hot glue all the wires in place. I also need to put a small hole in one point so that the connection cables can go in and out easily. So as I got this bit done, I'll show you once this is all set up. You can now see I got all the cables nicely attached, everything just glued in place. The rest of the wires for all the lights are just on the board that they came originally wrapped on, and that just been glued in place, but the wires haven't. All the chop blocks are now glued in position, and then there's a light hub, got the 2 positions for the building, and you've got holes for everything, and all you have coming out of the module are 2 wires. So this is pretty good. So I'll put the building on top and then show you it working. As you can see, I got the building in place lit, all the lights lit, and we've now got a loco on the track. So I'll position the camera so that we can see this set of points here. If you look, sending the train through, and he's going into that siding without any problems. Send him back with a little nudge. And he cross, change the switch, set the train to go forward, and then off we go. And that's a point polarity changed. So that's the end of the project for the time being. I still got a few little bits to do to Thumper Road, which is mainly down here. I want to carry the retaining wall around and then just put some sort of debris along the top. But looking at this, you can't actually see where about the join is between the 2 pieces of scenery. And I'm happy with this project. All that come out of it now is just 2 cables for track power and then 1 to plug in for lights. I'm thinking I might like to put another light down here, but that's not important, and I do have 1 spare socket on the light hub, and I might also add a switch to control the light hub. But they're both minor little things to do. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment and to tell your friends. Welcome to my new subscribers, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you very much. Richard.